Okay, we've got 9 here. So how about should I roll 5 million 4 for you maybe?
Yeah, go wherever.
Okay, so that's
Unless you don't want to do 5.
I'm fine, I think. That's John, Dave. Jade. Oh, I should have removed them. Right. Jake. And one more. Narrator. Okay. Oh, that means you get to do both Dirk and Rose. So it's a whole conversation of pretty much just dialogue with yourself, I'm afraid.
Yay! Yeah,
Yeah.
more talking to myself in 2 different voices.
Yeah.
This
Right.
time, instead of a deep voice and a British accent, it's a deep voice and medium high voice.
Right. There we go. Oh, it was 10, not 9. I don't know why I miscounted it. But yeah. Alright. The boxing bell is going off like it's having a fit. Dirk has to stick a finger in one ear to hear what Rose is saying over the cacophony.
Why did we
Cacophony
both
of.
get narrator? What?
Wait. Oh, I forgot to remove them. I rolled narrator for me as the last one and forgot to remove it from the list. Sorry. All right.
Okay.
There we go. Oh, so it was 9. I did count the right originally. All right. Dirk has to stick one finger in. Dirk has to stick a finger in one ear to hear what Rose is saying over the cacophony of booze and buckets being lobbed towards center stage. He considers this all pretty fucking annoying, so he flips off the crowd and jumps the ropes. Always a good idea to abscond from the stadium before the customary show-end riot hits full swing. The last standing robot scoops up Jake's unconscious body and cradles him to his chest before blasting off through the roof. On the other end of the phone, Rose lets him know what's up.
It's not so much what is up as what is down, the answer to which is, proverbially, me. I mean that both physically and philosophically. I mean that both physically and philosophically, by the way. You're down philosophically? Yes? I'm not sure what that actually means. What doesn't it mean, Dirk? Glad to see that my genetic predisposition for melodrama is still alive and well in my slime progeny even after all these years. Please don't interrupt. This is important, and I'll need all the energy I can spare to sustain a heavily monologic transmission of the relevant facts. She uses too many big words, and I can't speak English.
In this case, it's a fully monologic transmission.
Yes, it's complete. Yeah. I see. Forgive my brief casual interjection into the conversation you initiated. Please continue. Thank you. Anyway, the matter at hand is my condition, with which you're already familiar. I've struggled to devise the right way of telling you without causing undue alarm, which would unquestionably trigger the overbearing tendency of yours to solve the problem for me, which is not the kind of circumstance my constitution can withstand these days. I can barely lift a wrist to my forehead to telegraph my infirmity of late. Your bullshit is precisely the 1,000-pound feather that could knock me clean through my apartment's plate glass window. This is troubling to hear, of course, but rest assured I'm taking solace in the fact that your infirmity doesn't seem to have spread to your vocal cords yet. See, Dirk, this is exactly you on this day. Sorry. The bottom line is this. I am ascending, and it is terrible.
Rose adjusts her position on the couch with the body language of one about to dive into the latest gossip about a mutual friend. The mutual, in this case, her tortured psyche.
Years of refining my seer of light powers have cursed me with what is approaching near infinite prescience.
Yeah. Prescience.
Dwelling in Ganon realm.
I don't know.
I don't know how to pronounce it. I gave up.
Prescience or
Dwelling in this.
prescience?
Yeah. Dwelling in this idyllic post-canon realm has worn down the batteries separating my primary consciousness from the memories and experiences of all my doomed alternate selves. which were forgotten and discarded over the due course of our journey. As I approach the realization of my ultimate self, I cannot stop the extant knowledge from seeping in. I am plagued by near constant visions from the less fortunate versions of myself, as well as a broadening view of the metatextual nature of our existence. Day by day, I get closer to comprehending the full picture of the narrative. However, I am still trapped in this limited body. There is only so much strain that my very finite synapses can take. It drains all of my energy to keep my consciousness focused on relevant events. But even then, I am losing my ability to discern what is and is not canonically relevant, let alone what is also true or essential. And all of this is making me incredibly fucking sick. Oh, is that all? Well, in the spirit of full disclosure, same.
Rose is silent on the line for a few moments. Dirk can hear how laboured her breathing is, how thin it is. She snorts out a quick, humorless laugh.
Really? That's the hottest take you can manage? Of course not. They haven't built the vessel yet that can withstand the temperature of atmospheric entry into one of my hotter takes, let alone the hottest. It wasn't a take, it was an empathetic admission towards my pitiable, similarly omniscient-stricken offspring. We are suffering from the same condition, Rose.
She allows several rare conversational beats to pass in silence between them to process the admission.
We are? Sure. Doesn't sound to me like you're suffering much at all. Well, I'm not. I guess I used the wrong phrase. You are suffering from it. I am adapting to it. I already have, really. When were you going to tell me this? When you were ready. So you have determined that I'm ready to receive this rather critical piece of information now of all times? What distinguishes the present from the other moments you could have mentioned it? Were you waiting for the effects of my condition to become so unendurable that I finally felt a need to explain what was happening to me in full? Were you, in essence, waiting for a cry for help? Wow, well, when you put it that way, it makes me sound kind of like a dick. But I guess it isn't far from the truth either. Unbelievable. Look, it's not something you can just spring on people that frivolously. Look, hey folks, just so you know, the boundaries of my awareness are coming apart, and now I know almost everything about everyone everywhere. Also, the process should be tearing my body apart, but actually, I'm handling it quite well. Thanks for the concern, though. Anyway, I just thought I'd keep y'all fucking abreast on my incomprehensible brain and all. Peace. Fine, you're a cagey guy. This isn't breaking news. I'm not pissed at you, I'm just so confused. Why aren't you suffering the same effects as me? There will be time to explain all this. Despite whatever appearance of callousness I've maintained in withholding this information from you, I actually do have your best interest in mind. I don't want to wear you out on this call. There's so much more to say, but it can wait. For now, I'll just mention that I've been alert to your problem for some time, and I've been devising a solution which should permanently remedy it without compromising the boon of your expanding consciousness. You have? What is it? Would love to tell you, but I've got some work to do. Why don't you stop by my studio later so we can hash this shit out in person? Right now, you should get some rest. Actually, I'm feeling oddly invigorated suddenly. I think it's good for more exposition if you are. I'm good. Can't read. Can't say I'm surprised, but no. Have I caught you at a bad time? Nah, but there is an election coming up, and my work as a political operative is going to be absolutely essential for the fate of humanity. I see. Wheels within wheels, I assume. There are always wheels. Wheels are everywhere. They aren't my wheels or yours. The wheels don't have owners or designers, but they do have caretakers. They won't keep turning on their own without someone to grease the mechanism. What a burden it what a burden it much
What a burden it must be to have a tongue.
Okay. Be to recognize oneself as the sole mechanist of reality itself. It's a curse, but somebody's got to do it. Save your strength. Come to my studio when you're feeling up to it. Goodbye.
Dirk hangs up without waiting for a reply. He cracks his neck and tips out in the shade so he can appreciate the full brunch of the sunset purple and orange blending brilliantly on the horizon. She's right about him, he thinks, while his exo-daughter views herself as having a somewhat deft artistic hand that lends itself naturally to a gentle push-and-pull style of influence. Dirk knows that his methods are mechanical like those of an engineer. There is nothing adapted or interpretive about his method. Every piece of it has a purpose, a slot, an interlocking mechanism that is functionally pointless about the whole. Dirk, satisfied with his moments of particularly astute self-reflection, rocks back on his heels and launches himself into the sky. John, is that your final destination? Where the hell are you? Where the hell are we? I can't see shit. Shh! It's dark. Not like someone turned out the lights dark. More like someone destroyed the contents of light as its very source dark. It's a darkness that fills up your skull. Jake puts this more eloquently as always. By golly, it is indeed dark as fuck.
Shoosh!
Jade breaks off from the group. She moves through the air gracefully, her ears twitching and she sniffs through space like a bloodhound. There, she exclaims and points down, all the way down. Look down. All the way down beneath you there was a light source, grey, focused, like a spotlight except that it's folded over the curvature of a space beneath it. At the centre of it stands teenage Lord English, all decked out in his ostentatious god-tier jammies. Gamzee's there too, for some unfathomably stupid reason. There's a robot bunny chilling out on top of her chest, looking cool and kicking its cute little bunny legs back and forth. You hope that neither of these unexpected dramatis personae, whatever, will play a role in the coming battle because it wouldn't feel...
Personae, I think.
Yeah, dramatis
Looks
personae.
Latin.
Personae.
A.
Anyway, because
I
it
think
wouldn't
it's
feel
A,
right
but
to
whatever.
wailing on either of them at this point. Lord English is holding something that looks like Lil Cow. It's definitely Lil Cow, and Lord English is definitely waltzing around with it in his little spotlight in the middle of nowhere, swinging the poppers around by both of his floppy arms. Well, rather, he was waltzing around. He stopped the moment he looked at him. Behold your adversary.
Who the fuck are you?
You simply refuse to answer his question. Instead, you do something so much better, something that will make both his inevitable fate and your regard for his character incontrovertibly clear. Give him a thumbs down. It's a textbook thumbs down. Better, actually. The kind you can't really teach. Lord English drops the puppet. For the moment he looks shocked, maybe even a little afraid, but it passes quickly. He starts laughing.
Never mind, I know who you are. It was foretold by the masterpiece I made when I was but a boy.
What?
Be quiet. I'll have you know that you just interrupted a groundbreaking interpretive art piece. It was the first of its kind, performed only once and made more valuable for its rareness.
Wow.
I said shut up! It's rude to talk through the overture. But don't worry, although you missed my very important dance demonstration, which was an unprecedented act of genius, and not at all embarrassing. Now you all participate in something even more important.
The young lord's face begins to distort. The unhinging of his jaw reverberates in the empty space. He laughs through the remainder of his nefarious soliloquy, which he has possibly prepared in advance for this moment.
This hurts my voice. By now, surely many have witnessed my masterpiece, as it has circulated through the black veins of the dark web. Trillions have witnessed its majesty, haters and fools alike, and they have been rendered agog by my art virtuosity, my claymanship, and my wrestling moves. But now the time has come for everyone to shut up about how great my masterpiece was. And the time is now at hand.
His laughter turns into a low, cracked gurgle. It spikes towards you in waves, distorts, and pitches low. He is beyond pleased with himself, and with the line he is about to deliver.
For you all to become my masterpiece.